All right, and we are wrapping up our 2022 Breeders' Cup preview on horse racing today. Thank you so much for staying along for the journey, or welcome if you just happen to tune in to this one. You can go back and watch all of the other videos of the other races. You can get an idea of which horses you want to pick for the upcoming Breeders' Cup weekend. But we are to our final race, which is, of course, the Breeders' Cup Classic. So let's look at some facts and figures here. This is race number 11 in the program. It is 1 1/4 miles on the main track, of course. During the Keeneland meet, we have not had this happen, so we got no info for you there. But key facts about this race is Bob Baffert's revenge. He's won 4 of the last 8. Although the favorite has only won 2 in the last decade, don't stray too far up the odds board. The average payout is only $9.80. And let's address the elephant in the room here. His name is Flightline. We've got the few, the proud, the brave, willing to face against that monster. Let's bring in our handicappers to give us some more insight. We have Rich and Terry. All right, Rich, I'm picking on you this race. What have you got for our Breeders' Cup Classic, our grand finale?
Well, this is the fight everybody wants to see. Not Terry and I squaring off, or not Charles and I squaring off, because we know those are just one-punch knockouts, right? Two thuds, one to them and one when they hit the ground.
Oh, okay.
But this is the race everybody came to see. They want to see the battle between Flightline and Life is Good. That's what I want to see as well. A lot of people off Life is Good last race said it has no chance. Well, maybe not. We'll find out, because a lot of times I have found that when you have these much anticipated matchups, they kind of don't work out the way you kind of hope. But I do see this one working out that way. Flightline versus Life is Good, battling from beginning to the end. Only question is, do they burn each other out, which I think is a real possibility, because a lot of other folks might be a little bit jealous of Flightline, maybe a little less jealous of Life is Good. Somebody is going to try to push them, kind of like Irad pushed Jose with Latruska a couple of races back, maybe run too fast to fractions. If that's the case, you got to go with Rich's Strike, right? This is a horse. It might not be Churchill, but it's still a Kentucky track. Seems to me like Richard Strike loves that Kentucky dirt. And this time, maybe the saddle won't slip, and the horse will be able to carry its late pace all the way to the finish line. So I'm going to go for that battle between Flightline, Life is Good, and then Richard Strike, my namesake, coming in there sneaky at the end, trying to steal the show, kind of like me.
All right.
Terry, what do you think, my man?
Well, I'll tell you, I looked and looked and looked. Flightline, it just does nothing but win, and it wins easily. Even when he was bumped and came wide into the stretch, he still won that TVG Pacific Classic. I think he is my first pick, and then my second pick is Epicenter. He can either lead or come from behind to win a race, and is in top form. He's won his last 2 graded races. My long shot pick, which probably won't be a long shot, but I'm picking Life is Good. He's a neck from winning all of his races in USA, and has a good workout on October 21st in preparation for this race. And I think the way this is going to go is Flightline and Life is Good. It's going to both go to the front and set a really fast pace, although I think Flightline's way faster than Life is Good. And I think Epicenter will set just behind them and close at the end, and may just surprise everybody and catch both of these horses.
Sometimes those West Coast horses come out here. They're used to that West Coast surface where everything is fast and firm. It might not catch that kind of surface here in the Midwest, Terry, especially if it's used to that West Coast weather. Catches a little bit of like the 20s or something. Might not like that.
Yeah, that could be true. And if that happens, then Epicenter will be in his wheelhouse.
Well, last year you went to Del Mar and it was 20 degrees out. So I don't think, what difference does it make?
No, it was cold when I was there last year.
In my experience, horses love the cold weather. So a horse who never got to experience the cold weather, that might actually be an advantage. They'll be like, oh my God, I didn't know life could be this good. So we'll see.
I'm glad I'm not a horse, because I can't stand the cold weather.
Same. There's
yet
a reason I'm in Tampa.
Yeah, well, and yet you live in cold weather place there, Rich. You need to move to Florida or California or Tampa Bay, somewhere.
Yeah, my folks live down in Tampa. Yeah, Florida is a possible destination. Also, as you get older, you got to have things to do. So I'm also considering maybe Las Vegas, because it's kind of like
Oh,
it's like Broadway, like New York, but without the New Yorkers. So I'm
okay.
sorry to offend everybody. No, I'm just kidding. I love the New Yorkers, but in any case, there's a lot of stuff to do in Vegas: shows, gambling, buffets, a lot of good stuff to do. So maybe I'll head out over there, and of course, I can always put in some good bets then on horse racing.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely. Full circle moment here. So
Yep.
to me, this race is a one-horse race. I am 100% for Flightline because, once again, it's my heart bet. I love a good story, and I just want to see this horse be the next Secretariat. So hopefully he just wins by the length of the stretch and continues running for years, and we get to see the horse just blossom and become something truly phenomenal and once in a generation. So fingers crossed. Great minds again. Wow, my 3.
That's me and
It
Charles.
has to be, yeah, because it has to be Charles and Terry. Can't be me.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Jamie. I think this horse can be just like another Secretariat. It just looks so phenomenal. So.
Yeah, just looks so easy. Like, that was the thing about Secretariat. His wins were just like, he's just out there 2-minute licking, but he's beating horses by 100 lengths. That's the same thing when you watch this horse's races. It's just like a tremendous machine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
100% for sure. But I think if it wins this one, it's going to go retire, right? In stud. That's
gosh, I hope not. Don't do that. Don't tell me that. Don't break my heart. I'm hoping that they'll change their mind and want to make a real legacy in racing instead of one of these flashes in the pan, here for a season or two and gone forever.
Yeah.
Not the story we want here at Horse Racing Today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that covers it for our 2022 Breeders' Cup preview. Thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to click the links down here to see all of the videos. You'll see that in the description. You can also see on the banner all of the places that you can check out those videos and all the other great content that we put out all the time to keep you guys informed and ready to go to the
Winner Circle.